Bengaluru has around 40 skywalks and around 20 more are currently under construction. At least 2 to 3 crore rupees are spent on building each of these skywalks. But are people actually using them? We went skywalk hopping to find out. We are at the Skywalk on Bengaluru's Residency Road. It's a busy road in the heart of the city, and there are a couple of schools, several offices, shops and restaurants located on this stretch. Let's cross over to the other side. That was like a small workout. While crossing the skywalk was a little bit of a struggle even for me. You can imagine what it's like for elderly citizens. Take a look at this one behind me on the main road in front of St. John's Hospital. For this time of the day, you'd think there'd be a lot more people using the skywalk. Just down the road ahead of me is the busy St. John's Junction. But here it's completely deserted. This skywalk also does not have ramps for wheelchair access.
I study in Jyotirnath College and I always come from this way. And sometimes, and I always most prefer using the skywalk always. Then if I get late or sometimes if I get late, I just use the road by crossing the, I don't use the skywalk. And sometimes even the elevator doesn't work always. And I prefer that they have to work on that.
நாங்கள் ஒரு வருஷமாக இங்கே தான் படிக்கிறோம். நாங்கள் வந்து டெய்லி வந்துட்டு இந்த ரோடை க்ராஸ் பண்ணி வரோம். ஸ்கை வாக் யூஸ் பண்ணால் வந்துட்டு எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப லேட் ஆகுது. லிஃப்ட் எதுவுமே கரெக்டாக ஒர்க் ஆகுறது இல்லை. அதனால நாங்கள் டெய்லி இந்த ரோடு தான் க்ராஸ் பண்ணுறோம்.
Skywalks are more safer, but sometimes due to late and we don't come early to college, we use the roads. So I feel like coming through the road is much better than coming through the skywalk. Not just these elevators, like other elevators also I've seen, like they don't work normally. They like get stopped, and when we really get late and it's like we get tired, we just don't get to use them. So that's the problem.
I use the skywalk on a regular basis. I don't like crossing the road without using the skywalk because it's too dangerous. There are so many vehicles that pass on Hosur Road every single day that I remember that before the skywalk was built, I had a hard time crossing the road.
I think it's quite helpful sometimes when there's a lot of traffic on this road. Like at 8:30, it gets really crowded in this road, so it's convenient at that point. But if you look normally, like I like to cross the road because it's easier. This is like 3 floors I have to climb on the skywalk to cross the road, but crossing the road directly is more convenient.
This is the Skywalk in Jaksantra. It's located close to the bus stop on the Sarjapur Marathalli main road. Its elevators don't work, so let's use the stairs again. Now, clearly, I'm one of the few people actually using the Skywalk. Here, garbage, filth and debris also make for a repulsive environment. I also visited 13 other skywalks in the city, and many of them are in pretty much similar conditions. So I spoke to the BBMP Chief Engineer for Road Infrastructure, and this is what he had to say about the state of the skywalks in Bengaluru.
We need to improve the facilities around the skywalks. There is a general complaint that there will be the skywalks, the lifts are not working, there is no security guard, some cleanliness issues are there. But all these are constructed on a PPP model. We are insisting that it should be disabled friendly and there should be a security guard and so and so. Those are the standard operating procedures we have adopted.
While the onus may be on private players to maintain these skywalks, there is still the question, are these skywalks necessary?
What is a skywalk? Skywalk is something exclusively for pedestrians to cross the street. Right? The idea is that the vehicles are moving on the street and it's difficult for pedestrians to walk across. So let's give them a skywalk. So instead of taking 60 steps across the street, now they have to go 60 steps up, 60 steps across and then walk down 60 steps. This is the logic. And I think it's absolutely broken logic because the street belongs to the pedestrians as much as it belongs to the vehicles. There is no need to punish the citizens that are walking. Absolutely no reason for that. And that's what skywalks are doing. People with knee issues, people obviously disabled people just cannot use it. Elevators also exist ornamentally in a couple of places, but they are not. So technically speaking, they are not in support of senior citizens or persons with disabilities and all of that. So that's another reason why you want to rethink your strategy. If your idea is to make the city inclusive of all people, younger, older, women, men, people with bags, people that are moving fast, you need to make the city and the streets open for pedestrians. If we take an approach of pedestrian first, you will not build skywalks and you make your streets more conducive for walking. Most of the skywalks are ugly urban furniture. That's what they are. Nobody uses them because they don't serve any purpose. And many times they become hubs for crime and illegal activity.
Again, I really think it's the framework in which we are thinking of, right? Like we are obsessed with words like speed and acceleration and how fast we can move. The words that we use is unobstructed vehicular movement, signal free. These are the type of words that we are currently using to describe our mobility systems. And what we really need to change there, first, what we need to change in our thinking, in our mindset, in our demands as a citizens also is that we want lively streets. We want streets that are safe for our kids to play, safe for anyone to walk, safe for anyone to cross the road. These are the narratives that first we need to change in the way we as citizens demand for things. And that's when I think the government will also hear and understand the citizens' needs, and then things will definitely change.
So when you stop thinking from a vehicle point of view, start thinking from the people point of view, you will not build skywalks. You will build better pedestrian infrastructure, the zebra crossing, the signal, walk signal, all of that at every intersection. And even on one-way streets, you need to give space for pedestrians. Unfortunately, most of the skywalks seem to be built because there is quick money to be made, or they help you advertise something, put something around. That's not a reason to build a skywalk.
The BBMP has planned to build a total of 160 skywalks across the city. But what our status check has revealed is that skywalks are far from being pedestrian friendly. Instead of spending crores of rupees building infrastructure that is often not used by the public, it's time for decision makers to rethink their policies and to bring about a change in their mindset, to build cities not for our motor vehicles, but for the people.